What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another smartphone couch video. Yeah, many men use choosing signals as a cop-out. Many men use it as a cop-out. And I thought about that because, was it last week? Well, recently did a video talking about men taking the initiative. Men taking the initiative when dealing with women. Now, I guarantee I had some pushback in there, and I guarantee they ain't listen to everything I said because I specifically said, obviously, if you cold approaching, that's taking initiative. But I also said, even when a woman approaches, I specifically said, even when a woman's giving choosing signals, they expect you, all they doing is like giving you the indication. They still want you to approach. And even when they approach you, start the conversation, they really want you to take over. But you still get some pushback. Like I said, I guarantee somebody didn't listen to everything they say. And that's something. Let me go on a tangent real quick. You got to hear me out. Too many people make comments and they just hear just a little bit instead of hearing the whole thing. Or even just go off the title and stuff. But look, here's the thing. Let's get into that choosing signal thing because I've talked about it. Shoot. In my book, Nice Guys and Players, I talk about women choosing the men. But also specifically said a man is expected to choose her back. He still got power. He's still expected to take over. And then even then, I said sometimes you might see that woman who, embodies what I call the damn principle. I said you still got to do something. All right? But that's one other thing. Let's just focus on that whole choosing signal thing, right? Because a lot of guys will say, well, I ain't approaching them. They got to choose me. They got to do all that. And it's just like, okay, that's cool. And it's legit. It is legit. But here's the problem with these guys. Usually a lot of guys who are just totally insistent upon it usually ain't getting chosen any damn way. And usually ain't doing anything to get chosen. Because some of the same guys, they be the ones pushing it back against body game. Some of the same guys be the same ones complaining that Chad and Tyrone getting all the women. Or they be some of the same guys saying you gotta have money to get women. Okay. So how come these guys ain't fixing themselves up to be chosen? To be approached. Because understand something. And shout out Master Teacher BGS. He broke this down in a blog talk. It was a talk show with Obsidian when Obsidian was doing blog talk. He broke down the 4 pillars of game. Bait, conversation, sex. And really, it really should have came first was environment. All right. If you expect to get choosing signals, you got to have great bait. You got to be attractive. Even may he rest in peace, Alan Roger Curry, he talked about that. He talked about men getting women because they had a strong attraction. There was something attractive. Because think about, okay, if you want to say choosing signals, who women going to choose? A man that catches their eye. So you got to have something. You got to have something about you that catches their eye. Now the obvious one is like your physical appearance. Like, okay, if you got the height, or if you real handsome. Like I said, they going to check that out because they check out everything. All right. Are you so handsome that women going to approach you? And this is for all the guys who want to use it. Are you that handsome? All right. Then, not only are you that handsome, if you're not that, okay, are you taller than average? Because women still take it in. Yeah, I've talked plenty of times about women going for short-statured men. But even they had some good bait. They had to have something. But if you tall, you're going to catch attention. Shoot, when I'm out and about with my 6'3" son, shoot, he's always catching attention. Shoot, and he don't even be trying. But he has something that stands out. Now, when I talk body game, one of the main reasons I talk body game, anybody can work on it. Do you have a body that stands out? Is there something about your physical form that stands out? Now, say you don't have none of those things. Your average face, average height, average body build. All right. You got that drip. You got that fit. The young people seem to know that. Do you got something? Are you wearing some clothes that look good? And part of your drip, part of your style is your haircut. Are you letting the barber bless you? I'm serious. Serious. Are you letting the barber bless you? And then even if you're saying, okay, well, women just want money. Okay, you pushing that late model car? You pushing that Maserati? You pushing that Porsche? You know? Or part of your style, you wearing that fancy watch? You got to have something. See, because look, it's legit that women they're going to check out some men. So what are you doing? And I'm going to tell you what, they ain't some scientific thing. That's an old school game in the black community. Yeah, let's hey, first of all, I'm going to just say something real quick. Anybody thinking some white nerdy PUAs invented gamers on some bullshit? Go and eat hood in the black community. No, we give credit where it's due, okay? And one of the earliest games I learned, my cousins, my uncle, it was like my uncles, cousins, everything. They were like, hey, you gotta fix up. Make sure that hair right. Make sure you looking good. You dress right, all right? And even with body game, it was normal for everybody to play sports anyway when I was coming up, so that wasn't an issue. That was not an issue. You know? So we knew you had to have some good bait. But see, you got a lot of guys talking about, well, I'm gonna wait for them to choose. Okay, what they choosing, dude? Are you fixing up your bait? You letting the barber bless you? And all of that? But let's be real on it. Let's be real. A lot of guys want to say that because they want to have an excuse why they not talking to women. And hell, even if a woman chooses them, they still have an excuse. So it's like, you can get some women checking them out blatantly, but then they're saying, well, she got to approach me. Let's just be real. I mean, most dudes ain't going to get approached by a woman, even if she's checking them out. Let's just keep it a buck. Yeah, your shit got to be outstanding for her to make that move. And not just even how you look, but your whole demeanor that says you are personable enough or you going to be cool enough if she do say hi to you. So that's rare. But the overwhelming majority of guys, one way or the other, whether cold approach or choosing signal, is going to have to make a move. But see, you got a bunch of guys, okay, they ain't going to do it. If they're going to focus on choosing signal, okay, you fixing yourself up? What are you doing? Why should that woman come over there to you? You're not outstanding, are you? Or what are you doing to fix up? What they supposed to be checking out? You fixing yourself up good? Shit. Seriously. What's your bait? It's a very simple thing. What is your bait? But see, a lot of guys, they use that as an excuse. Or they use, well, if I approach a woman and all that, well, they're going to have a problem. I'm like, well, if that's the case, you need to deal with it. But see, don't sit back and say, well, I'm gonna wait for them to approach me. No. Just admit that you're shy. Seriously, just admit it and then work on it. Just admit you more laid back. Shoot, if you know how to fix your bait up, they will make the moves. But you gotta have the bait. You can't get around that. You gotta have something. If you're gonna play the attraction game, if that's gonna be your main thing, you gotta be attractive. Do you have a good, and shoot, even if you fix up, do you have a good posture, when you walking? Do you have good posture? I want y'all to think about that. People follow me on IG. I put up another, Rom coming video. Me while I was walking across the parking lot of a local fancy Italian joint, right? I was walking across that parking lot. You gotta have something. You got that walk. Seriously. And I'm gonna tell you what, let's just be real. These guys, many men who try to say, oh, well, we're gonna wait for choosing signals. They know they ain't getting shit. Because like I said, they be the main ones talking about all the women going for Chad. Well, why they going for Chad? And if they say they don't look good, well, I don't look good or something. Okay, why don't you fix yourself up? Seriously. I guess that's mine. Anyway, seriously. Because, you know, you get a lot of guys, you trying to tell them something that you know from living life. I ain't had to do no damn studies. I know how I was getting pussy. I know how I was getting women. I know how I got my sons. And, well, there's still one woman out there unaccounted for. So if y'all see me on paternity court or board, y'all know why. I'm just being real. But I know how I did it. I know how dudes who were successful with women did it. Definitely knew about the guys who had the balls to approach. But then the guys who played more of the attraction game, the bait game and stuff, they always were fixed up. They always were fixed up. In fact, I knew some dudes that women didn't consider them facially handsome. Like, I knew the women, and they said, nah, but, you know, his style, the young people would say drip, you know. Young people say, or fit. I'm hearing that more now from the young people. They like that fit, you know. I'm known for talking about shoes and stuff. Well, they checking that out. Are you wearing some good shoes? If you're going to play the choosing signal game, that's fair. But what are you doing to fix up? And, you know, people refer to me as coach and stuff. Well, coaches ain't going to be nice about shit sometimes. I'm going to tell you some real shit. You wearing some good shoes? You getting that haircut? You getting that lineup right? Shit. You know, what are you doing to even get them over there, to get them to choose? If you want to play that, like I said, that's totally legit. It is legit. I know some people go against it, but it's legit. Some guys, they'll have that style that women going to like give that look, even compliment. Shit. See, sometimes you get another man to compliment and shit. If they got that style, shit, you got that suit on. Be like, damn, bro, yeah, that's a suit. I like that, you know. But they drawing attention. Like I said, that's just old school game. That's old school game from the streets. Any black neighborhood in America, young people know it. They still do, really. If you look at some of these videos online, these smash or pass videos. Because the women even say when they going through that line, they be like, yeah, I like your fit. I like your fit. You know, or they like something about them, you know. Shoot. You know, they liking something. So, okay, you got to have something. It's just that simple. But see, a lot of guys, they know, they'll say it, they'll try to say, well, I ain't going to approach. Okay, what are you doing to get them to come to you? What you getting them? I want you to think about that. Because, I mean, and I'm going to be real with you. If you expect, okay, if you just want choosing signals, that's a minimum you got to have. You got to have something for her to choose. You know? Like I said, the approach thing, man, that's rare. That's rare. Honestly, that's rare. Now, I know somebody say, well, Rom, you say women approach you? Yeah, I ain't seen me in the real world. I look like I play football. So, you know? I'm taller than average. So, with shoes, I'm 6 feet. So, but if you're not that 6 feet, okay, what you got that stylish watch, you know, you pushing some fancy car, something. Even though say don't lead with your wallet, but man, some women will go for it. It's something. You wearing those nice shoes, they nice and clean. You got that nice fit on, something. And indeed, when I talk about body game, especially if you got a body that stands out, shoot, that's why I say I'll tell you what with body game. Let me just say this real quick. It's a tangent, but I always talk about it. This is what I've seen. 20 years. Really longer than that. I've seen this going back to the 80s. So what's that? 30 years, over 30 years. You got some muscles on you, or you got a body, something about your body stands out, something physical stands out, you'll get a look. Okay, are you working on that? Okay. If you're average looking, okay. If you just average and stuff, still have that fit, have something, even your accessories, like I always tell that story about when I was at this expo and it's like a roll out of bed dime. She actually approached me. Because I was wearing a Giyanyami symbol. This symbol back here. That symbol, I had got one on my neck. People who saw my videos this past Monday and shit, they seen it with me on. But I had a young lady, she approached me. That was a bait. She came up and said, hey, what's this symbol? Bait. You got to have something about you. It's just simple. It's just simple. If you're going to play that game, it's not, like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. I know some people put it down and stuff, but you know, people put down every style. Somebody going to put down every style. If you're going to play that style, if that's going to be your thing, okay, you gotta have something. You gotta have some reason for them to choose. But many guys don't. They use it as a cop-out for not engaging with women. They sitting back waiting. I would challenge the guy, and in fact, any guys who say, like, well, they just going to be on choosing signals. Well, I'll tell you what, get in the comments, tell me your bait. Tell me your bait. That's all I ask. Tell me your bait. Now, if you can't give me bait, if you can't say it, or you just say, well, I just have an approach, and you can't say specifically why, boom. You know? Like I said, I know mine. I already know mine. Anybody see me in the real world? And then when I bother to dress up, you know, when I bother to dress up, you know? So if you saying that's your thing, all I'm saying is have some bait. Don't be that type of guy just using that as an excuse. Oh, I'm just waiting for a choosing signal. Motherfucker, you ain't getting them. You ain't getting them, and you're not doing anything to get them. And that's all I'm saying with this video. You got to do something to get them. You got to fix up. You better have something about you that's going to make a woman look twice. You know? Hell, I remember I was in a store, coming out this local store a few years ago. I just had on a t-shirt, just had something on it, and a cashier, she actually, we were friends, we were cool for a bit. And she actually said, she was like, hey, what that mean and stuff. She was the one. She got out of her lunch, she got out off her rest to like catch me walking out the store. Because you gotta have something, you gotta have a style, something. You gotta have something about you physically, you know, that draws her attention. Something. And if you're not doing all that, it's just a cop out. All right. So that's all I have for now, y'all. Like I said, kind of chilling this week, resting. Probably, if I do anything, I know me. It's hard for me like just stay just chill and relax. I'll do some push-ups around here. But anyway, plus I got a dental appointment today, so you know, keep your teeth right. Hey, that's something else too. That's something else too. You keep your teeth straight. Seriously, you gotta have something. You gotta have something. You gotta work on something. You gotta develop that bait. Like I said, that was the earliest game I learned from actual players, men in my family. Not a single one in my family, older than me or younger than me, complaining about women. Hell, my sons, I told you, 163, the other one, he got about three girls on his tip that I know about. Because he be kind of like, shit, me and his mother had to find out other ways and stuff. how he really roll. Oh, man. But anyway, that's all I got for now, y'all. Get back with you. This weather. Anyway, get back with y'all, man. Peace and blessings.